When modelling something a bit different, you sometimes have to settle for an indifferent kit and make the best of it, and my Beechcraft Model 18 is one of those times. On the whole, the parts of my PM Models kit are generally quite good if a bit basic, but not the windows. They're thick, blobby mouldings, making them barely transparent. Certainly not good enough to see my interior, which I've specially designed and 3D printed in resin. So we're going to need some replacements, at least for the side windows. And this is what I'm going to use, a 2-part clear epoxy resin, the kind of thing you find in a craft shop, used for making paperweights and other decorative items, often with a flower or something else suspended inside. But instead of making a mould for each of the windows, I'm going to apply the liquid direct to the kit, where we'll obviously need something to hold it in place while it sets. And I'm going to use something no more complicated than some sticky tape, which I'm simply going to stick inside the windows, having already painted the interior. It's important to use a good clear section of tape, avoiding any of the bands caused when pulling off the reel, and of course not adding any fingerprints to the sticky side of the tape, which we want to line up the best we can on the inside, keeping it as flat as possible, pressing down the edges around each of the window frames to make as good a seal as we can. But we don't need to worry about any ragged edges, because at the end of the day we'll be removing the tape, just leaving the resin set solid inside the frame. Our preparations made, we can get on with mixing the resin, and suffering slightly from some contact dermatitis, I'm not taking any chances, so it's gloves on before handling anything. My resin kit comes with a little beaker, and while the sides have measurements on, I'm really not mixing up enough for this to be all that useful. So largely by eye, I'm pouring in roughly equal quantities from each of the bottles, the precise amount not seeming to be that critical. What is important, however, is to mix everything thoroughly using the lolly sticks provided. The instructions recommend doing this for at least 3 minutes, and really the longer the better. It's also good to stir slowly, avoiding adding too many bubbles, pushing those that are there to the sides to disperse. Thoroughly mixed, we now need to get the liquid into our window frames, and for this I'm going to use a pipette, one with a relatively fine nozzle, small enough to deliver just a drop into the windows, but big enough to suck up the relatively viscous liquid, now thoroughly mixed, with any large air bubbles dispersed. We only need a tiny bit at a time, squeezing the bulb of the pipette and sucking up a little bit of the liquid into the end, then depositing that into the window, just a drop at a time, being careful not to poke the tape with the tip. The liquid is self-leveling, so we need to keep the side of our plane flat on the surface while we build up each window, gradually adding the liquid until it reaches the very top of the frame. This does require a degree of precision. Too little and there will be a dip in the middle, too much and you risk going over the edge. But even if you do, no need to panic. Just squeeze out the contents of the pipette and suck up the excess into the empty tip. The epoxy remains workable for a good 30 to 40 minutes, so we can afford to take our time, allowing each window to level out, adding a little bit more liquid if needed, until they're all level with the edge of the frame and the liquid is evenly distributed, giving us a consistent thickness and flat surface on each one. And when we're happy, we can put it to one side to set before getting on with the rest. One thing we do have to watch out for is introducing any air bubbles, and it's important to keep the tip of the pipette fully submerged when sucking up the liquid. But if any do appear, they can be pushed to the edge of the frame and eased to the surface to pop by adding a little bit more liquid. Then it's a case of leaving everything to set, which does take quite a long time, so making sure everything is flat, we can put it to one side and come back tomorrow. When initially testing this method, I thought I'd be able to leave the clear tape in place, but it does seem to react with the epoxy, turning the surface slightly cloudy, so it's much better to peel it off, very carefully pulling back the tape to reveal our crystal clear windows, a big difference to leaving the tape in place. As my interior is painted, I'm doing this as carefully as possible so as not to damage anything, the tape being slightly stickier than a normal masking tape. But all good, nothing damaged, and the windows generally looking nice and even, although I've got one that's slightly sunken in, but not a problem. All I need to do is mix up a little bit more epoxy and drop it in to top up, although I'll obviously have to leave that to dry too. Now it's time to remember why we went to all this trouble in the first place. My 3D printed interior, the design based on a real plane from the 1950s, and painted up with colours of the period. This is just one of the bespoke additions I've made for my model kits, designed in Tinkercad and printed in resin. And if you'd like to know more about that, check out some of my other videos, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. But now it's time to seal everything up, knowing that we will be able to see the fruits of my labour through the windows. Of course, there are some limitations to this method. It really only works for flat windows, so it's just as well the windscreen of my kit was okay. I've also found it's only effective for a certain size, so won't be suitable for all applications. But in this case, for the side windows at least, it came up trumps. A massive improvement on the glazing supplied with the kit. And believe me, even though it doesn't come across on camera, you really can see that interior. But if you need further convincing, here's another example. The windows on my Airfix HP42, done in exactly the same way. Much thinner than the clunky kit parts, flush on the outside and the inside, allowing me to complete my interior with some curtains.